So, and I want to stop here before we get off into the cease and desist letters. When you go to file a trademark, it's a number of different classes. And let me see here. I'm gonna try to stop sharing. I'm not, I'll do it a little later, but it's a number of different classes. So you have maybe classes for entertainment services. You may have a class for uh, technology, electronics, things of that sort. You may have a class for legal services, financial services. Then you have a class for clothing and apparel, and that's typically class 25. So obviously, we know Nike sells clothing and apparel, and therefore they have their Nike Jumpman logo or the Jumpman logo registered in class 25. However, the Ski Man company also sells clothing, so therefore they are registered in class 25 as well, which I kind of show that at the end of the video, but they are also registered in class 25. So that's another maybe the big issue. If this guy was restaurant services or he was selling technology products, man, that is so far from what Nike does in terms of selling they sell apparel, clothing, hats, beanies, things like that. And obviously they have some stores. So if he would have had this Ski Man logo for a restaurant, again, I would imagine that Nike still would have been happy about it, but those are two different classes from clothing, clothing and apparel. Therefore, he would have had an even stronger argument when he's battling against Nike or battling against the USPTO. But obviously in this case, both sell clothing and apparel, which is in class 25, and now that's where Nike is taking even more of an issue with, and they have some good arguments to put forth in this case. Let's get back to it.
Cease and desist letters from Nike, he could feel his business plans going downhill.
I don't know how they found out about me. I know they have a team of lawyers that this is what they do is peruse the internet.
And that's that is a good point that I want to stop the video and talk about here for a second. If you have a $1 billion brand, it's going to be knockoffs. So you better believe that that company has attorneys that are going to notify the company legal team if something comes across their desk that is very that is similar to what they have going on. That's just a given. I have a client that I recently I'm not going to get off into that story, but you better believe that if you got $1 billion, heck, if you got $1 million mark, heck, if you got a mark that's maybe worth $100,000, that's trademark. You better believe that the company has people, whether it's legal teams or business associates or employees, that's kind of perusing the internet and notifying the legal department if something comes across their desk that's similar. That's just good business. Let's get back to the video.
And look up, small businesses.
One letter asked him to voluntarily cancel his trademark. Another said Nike may pursue any and all available legal remedies to protect its valuable trademarks.
It's what my company.
And that's a good point. Again, if you get a trademark, and this is what I was going to say earlier, but I had a client that recently got a trademark, and I'm telling them, hey, you need to make sure you are putting the public on notice that you have a trademark. So put when you show your logo or your word, make sure you put the R in the circle at the bottom right hand corner to notify the public that this is a registered trademark. And then also, if you see somebody who is having a mark that may be similar or maybe infringing on your trademark, you have to be able to send them a cease and desist letter. If you think that you're going to just get a trademark and just sit on it, not do anything, not send out cease and desist letters, you may as well not even get a trademark. The whole point of getting a trademark is you have to be willing to enforce the mark. And that means at the very least, send out a cease and desist letter. Now, hopefully you guys come to the table and you guys can maybe agree on some things and therefore not have to end up in court from a trademark infringement perspective. But at the very least, you have to be willing to send out cease and desist letters to people who are maybe you think are infringing your mark and tell them, hey, to cut it out or whatnot. And so now Nike's attorneys are doing exactly what they need to do. Hey, hold on. We're going to send out a cease and desist letter. Please stop. Please stop using a mark. Obviously, if you don't get a response, then you're going to send out another one. You're trying to put this person on notice. Hey, you keep using this mark, then we're going to be forced to take action. And the court's going to want to see that when it ends up in court, as this one did. So Nike is doing, the Nike attorneys are doing what they need to do. Let's continue at it.